Strangely and ominously, in July 2022, New York City released a public service announcement about how to respond to a nuclear attack. It was oddly reminiscent of the duck and cover scare of the 1950s. If an A-bomb falls, will you know what to do? All of us earnestly hope that no enemy A-bomb will ever fall on American soil. But in spite of our efforts for peace, the ambitions of communist dictators make the danger of an atomic attack in our cities a grave possibility. It is everyone's duty to be prepared and to know what to do to ensure the greatest protection. Many people believe there is no defense against the atom bomb. Let us look at a community gathering where Mr. Reed, a civil defense authority, is going to explain that there is a defense and will show us what to do in case of an atom bomb attack. First of all, it's important for everyone to know the signals for an attack. Rising and falling tone on the sirens or sharp whistle blasts lasting for 5 minutes is the red signal and means that danger is near. After danger has passed, the white signal, meaning all clear, will be a series of 3 one-minute blasts of the sirens, with a silent period of 2 minutes between each blast. But attack might come without warning. If you see a brilliant flash, leap behind a bank, sturdy building, or in a doorway. Always drop to the ground or floor and cover your head if possible, and hide your face in the crook of your elbow. Do not look up for several minutes. Now, let us take a look at some posters we have made of the Watts family. They are trained in civil defense and always know exactly what to do. In the home, in school, at the office, and out of doors. First, we will look in and see just what should be done in the home to prepare for an attack. Every housewife should practice fireproof housekeeping. Put out all open flames after a warning has sounded. If you have a coal-burning furnace or wood stove, close all of its fuels or draft doors. Keep waste paper in covered containers at all times. Do not let trash pile up. Select the safest place in your home, in the basement if you have one that is of sturdy construction, as a shelter area. If there is not time to get to the basement, know the place on your ground floor that offers the greatest safety. This is very important. In your shelter area, keep a good flashlight, battery radio, and first aid equipment, including plenty of antiseptics, gauzes, adhesives, and bandages for emergencies. And keep a good supply of ready-to-eat canned goods in your shelter area, along with a large airtight container filled with pure water. If there is enough time after you are warned of an attack, several important things should be done. Close all windows. Draw the blinds or shades. Even drapes pulled over the windows will help stop flying glass. Disconnect all appliances, such as electric irons, heaters, and toasters. Turn off the gas jets of the stove and water heater, but do not throw the electric switch unless your local utility company specifically recommends it. And be sure all doors are unlocked to aid rescue workers in reaching you. After a warning has sounded, time is of great importance. Do the things just mentioned as quickly as possible, and go to your shelter. In your already prepared shelter area, which should be away from all windows, lie flat on your stomach, close to the wall, and cover yourself with a blanket or other heavy material. For greater protection, get under a table or bench to avoid falling bricks and glass. During and after a bombing attack, remember to keep calm and do not repeat rumors. Panic can cause more casualties than a bomb. Stay in your shelter area until the all clear is sounded. If a bomb has exploded, stay where you are until your block warden or radio pronounces your neighborhood safe. There might be dangerous radiation. Attention please. Civil defense officials have pronounced the entire area free from radiation. Regardless of where you are, remember these important do nots after an attack. Do not try to travel to reach friends or relatives. You will only endanger your own life and the lives of others. And do not use the telephone. The lines will be needed by officials. Now, let us look in at the office where Mr. Watts will show us what to do if an attack comes without warning. For greatest protection, it is best to get on the floor, under a desk, or some other object, away from the windows. If a warning has sounded, and if there is enough time, all the office workers should quickly but calmly go to a pre-designated area in the building where they will be offered the greatest safety. In other buildings, theaters, hotels, stores, etc., follow the instructions of authorities and local directions to the safety area. If an attack comes during school hours, children should always obey instructions given by their teachers, and, if ordered to do so, should quickly go to the school's shelter. People caught out of doors will probably suffer the greatest casualties. Try to get to the nearest safety area. If unable to, drop face down into a doorway or beside the wall of a store building, or else jump into a ditch or gutter, keeping a barrier between you and the explosion. Try to hold or tie your handkerchief over your mouth and nose to prevent inhaling dust, and, if possible, cover yourself with something, a newspaper, coat, or anything near. Do not look toward the flash. It might cause temporary blindness. Keep your eyes covered for at least 2 minutes after the blast. If you are in a streetcar, bus, or automobile, the operator should stop at once. With the other passengers, quickly leave the vehicle for shelter. If there is an explosion before you leave the vehicle, try to cover your face, hands, and arms with a scarf or coat, and brace yourself to prevent being tossed by the concussion. A great deal has been said about the dangers of radioactivity from A-bombs, yet there were far less casualties from it in Japan than from blast and burn. More than half of all wounds were from being tossed about or being struck by flying objects. Another 30% were from flash burns, and only 15 to 20% were from radioactivity. The most destructive A-bomb blast is an airburst. This type of explosion causes little or no lingering radioactivity. All atomic explosions create an initial radioactivity in which powerful rays fly out quickly, then promptly die. Danger from these invisible rays lasts only about a minute. In case of atomic bomb bursts very near the ground, under it or underwater, there is far greater danger of radioactivity than from air bursts. Fine particles of radioactive dust or spray can harm people miles away if they are not well sheltered. Following ground and water bursts, one should stay in his shelter until safe from falling debris. Longer only if warned by civil defense authorities of possible radioactivity. Then go out to help others. Any rain, mist, or dust that follows right after an atomic explosion might be dangerous. Prevent exposure to dust and vapor if you possibly can. If you think you have been exposed to radioactive dust or mist, promptly shed your clothes and take a bath or shower. Use plenty of soap. Do not wear the clothes again unless advised by authorities that they are safe. Whether the explosion is in the air, ground, or water, proper shelter is most important for survival. Let us look at an illustration showing the probable casualties if an A-bomb explodes in your vicinity. With warning, without warning. Number of deaths for every 100 persons within area. With warning, without warning. Number of injured for every 100 persons within area. It is true that atomic weapons are the most powerful and most destructive ever contrived by man. The key to survival of such explosions is proper shelter and the knowledge of what to do. By following the advice we have given, you will have a better chance to survive an atomic attack. Distributed by State of Delaware, Department of Civil Defense, 85 East Delaware Avenue, Newark, Delaware. Recently, numerous billionaires, the latest being Mark Zuckerberg, have reportedly been building lavish, underground bunkers to keep safe in the event of a calamity. Do they know something we don't?